Hey guys, welcome to the homestead. Today we're going to do a gun review on my P-64 Makarov 9mm, and we may even take it for a test shoot. Let's check it out. So this is my P-64 Makarov 9mm. I've had this for a lot of years, probably purchased it about 9 or 10 years ago. It's seen a lot of use, a lot of outdoor use, and while the wood grips on this side look halfway decent, when you flip it over, the wood grips on this are just, you can tell they're just way more worn. Plus, a lot of the bluing has worn off on this side. Let's go ahead and take a closer look. It's a Soviet bloc type of weapon. So it's got the magazine release on the bottom here. It's manufactured in Poland. A lot of these were manufactured during the time of the Soviet Union's control of Poland. This was made in 1976. Each Makarov P-64 has its manufacture date usually on the receiver and slide itself. So drop the ammo there. Right now I've got only 5 rounds per magazine. I have a spare magazine, and I try to keep, I don't usually keep my mags fully loaded for the sole purposes I don't want to wear the springs out. But if I needed to, I could put more in there. I think it'll hold 7 plus 1. So in fact, maybe it's only 6 plus 1. I'm not sure. I haven't carried it fully loaded in a long time. But you can see if you can zoom in and see that the finish on this is just really kind of worn off on there. When we first moved off grid, I was wearing this quite a lot. I was wearing my Glock quite a lot, and I had a leather holster for my Glock, and it was really because I was out there sweating so much and working in the bush and moving rocks, doing whatever I was doing. It was just really taking its toll on the leather holster for my Glock and also on the Glock itself, just the sweat. So I decided to wear this one. It's just a cheaper handgun. I think I bought this for like $125 back when we were getting a lot of these in the United States, imported in. Today they run still an affordable handgun, running at about $200. So you can pick these up for about $200. But I doubt you're going to find them for less than $200, like it was back in the day, because they're getting just a little more rare. And when I got this pistol, I purchased 2 of them actually. One of them my mother owns, so my mother still has hers. But it was almost brand new condition. I mean, maybe had never been fired. It was just probably sitting in a warehouse or had seen very little use at a police station over in Eastern Europe its entire manufactured life. And so there were just literally probably hundreds of thousands of these that were imported into the United States in almost perfect condition. So to disassemble, it's very simple. You pull this trigger guard down, you pull it back and up, and there you have the spring, and it's that simple. Now on all these P-64s, you have they recommend you can getting a spring kit from manufacturer Wolf, and I'll go ahead and show that to you real quick. Take this off. You see, this is because of the years of sweat and use. The screws rusted, but this comes off right there. Lots of dust in there. And there's a spring right here, if you can see that. That spring is it's basically just, you can buy that separate spring. It goes to a completely different firearm, but they sell them from Wolf, and you can find lots of tutorials online. And you buy that spring kit, and I think you cut it down, maybe like a third of it off, or cut a fourth of it off. And that spring allows the trigger to be pulled at a much better trigger pull. If I can keep that focus. There we go. Focus. So it really helps the trigger pull. When you get this thing imported in directly from Eastern Europe, and when you first purchase it, the springs in here are really, really tough. And it makes for a really hard trigger pull. It's not very fun to shoot at all. And so what they do is they switch this spring out and with the Wolf kit spring, and it's a lot better of a trigger pull. So you get a double action. It's a lot easier of a pull. Before, I mean, you really got to tug at this thing to get it to do that. So anyway, let's go ahead and put it back together, and we'll maybe take it out on the range here. These are custom grips. These are not the grips that originally came with it. I purchased these online from a company that was making them because there were so many of these imports. People were looking for custom grips, and I don't even know what happened to the original grips that I had. I don't know if they got thrown away or if they're in the safe that my family owns back in St. Louis or what. There we go. Now it's there. Snaps kind of in place. There, like that. And screws back together. There we go. But, yeah. I've got 10 rounds. One in each magazine. I bought an extra magazine when I got the gun. Thought it would be a good thing to do. Also, I had an extra holster. I have a leather holster that was made by a friend of mine, Kellogg. And so I had that one that I wear on the outside of the belt. And this is a tuckable holster. So it's an inside the waistband holster. You can use it like if you're wearing, you know, a nice dress shirt or whatever. And allows you to carry it with that concealed. So I bought that as well to go with it. All right, we'll take it out there and see how we do. It's always good to spray paint your target. You can spray paint it white, that way you know you can see where you're hitting. It's got the last round bolt hold open, so you know when you're empty. You can go ahead and take out the mag. And this one's still a little tight. I may need to loosen that screw a little another time, so it's okay. Good enough. Whoa, misfire. Stovepipe malfunction and the bullet did not exit, so that's going to be interesting. Let's go take a look. Yeah, look at that. Stovepiped it. Let's drop that off. There we go. I don't know if you can see that down there or not, but there's a round down in there. And it's stuck. So I don't know if I'm going to be able to get that out. I gotta, yeah, you can probably see it. But I'm going to see if I can get that round out of there. There, you can see it now. It's stuck out of the barrel. I'm going to keep pounding it out and then get it going again. Well, there's the bullet. I got it out. You know, this old communist ammo, I've never had a problem with this gun before. You know, ever a malfunction, even nothing really with this gun. So this is a first for me. And as I took a look at some of the powder that I knocked out of the barrel, the powder that was in there didn't look very good. So I'm assuming the powder, you know, either got wet or something. But the powder didn't burn. It was the primer that sent this as far as it did through the barrel, and I was able to hammer it out. Let's go ahead and reload and see what else happens. Here's some of the surplus ammo that I picked up throughout the years. We'll go ahead and shoot these. All right, let's try this again, see how it works. That's more like it. There we go. You know, I was all ready to call it a video and pack up the truck and head back to the house. But you know what? There was this smell. You know, that corn syrup smell. I think they're close. I'll sneak up on them. Give them the old sneak attack. There's two down. There's one more just over there. P-64 Makarov, good reliable firearm. Sometimes the ammo may not be so reliable, but it served me pretty well. It's a good backup gun. It's what I've used it for over the years, and so I think I'll keep it around. If you're interested, they sell these over at classicfirearms.com. I think they go for around maybe $200 or so. You can check it out over at that website, classicfirearms.com. But yeah, P-64.
All right, guys, always on the lookout for soda bottles. The only good soda bottle is a dead soda bottle. See you next time on the homestead.